Hello, Star Wars fans! And today, I have another build for you. We have issue 13 of the Build Your Own Star Wars X-Wing. And if no one has watched my channel before, the X-Wing is from modelspace.com and DeAgostini. Alrighty. So, this week's magazine is creating a starship fleet in the water, and Starfighter Aces Arvel Crinid, if I'm not butchering that name. I don't know. That might be the way it's pronounced. It might not be the way it's pronounced. But, oh well. Someone will probably tell me in the comments below, quite possibly. Okay. So you have that in the water filming the Dagobah swamp scenes. So that's that article. And then you have him. And then we get right to the build. Okay, so upper starboard engine. So, this issue's components provide all you need to complete the rear section of the first of the X-Wing's 4 Sublight engines, as well as the external casing and rear thrust nozzle. You have an LED and optical parts to make the engine's internal lighting effect. Alright, so this week's issue is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 pieces. Okay, so finishing the casing, five steps for finishing the casing, and then assembling the engine is 27 steps. Okay, so finishing the casing is we're going to put more detail parts on there, and you can actually see they have all these parts lettered up and tells you exactly right where they go, and they even highlighted them and ghosted view, so they put the ghosted detailing, the empty lines of where they go on here, and what it will look like when it's done. So we got that. Yeah, so this time I only pulled out the parts for the actual, like, engine work. So, oh, excuse me. I had to sneeze if you obviously didn't hear that. So, excuse me. Alright, yep, and this time I do have my box cutter, which I probably don't need, because I mean I got my X-Acto here. So the box cutter is probably a little overkill, but that is what it is. Alright, yep. I have the LED right there. Yep, let me put this back over to the side just because we shouldn't need that. Alright, and then we get those two pieces out. Alright, and that looks like that. Okay, so take the clamshell off. Okay, don't need that. Okay, so here we go. Moving all this over. Oh, you know, I just happened to notice they missed some silver paint in there. Okay, finishing the casing. As in stage 11, the outside of the engine casing is covered with small plant-on details. This time, you need to add them before installing the internal components. Alright, so, step 1. Take these 7 plant-on details and use the pictures on page 10 to identify each one and where it fits. Okay, so I guess I will just take out, okay, because step 1 is, or actually step 2 is take part A, which has a long tab that matches this slot in the engine casing. So, long tab right there, and it goes in right there. Okay, let me just try to get these little posts in the right spot too. Going for that side. Okay, that one there. I think that one's in. I know that one's in. Oh, come on. There we go. Okay. Alright, there we go. There's step 2. Okay, so step 3. Okay, was actually just press part A into place, making sure that the small pins go in the matching holes. Okay, so we got step 3 done then. Okay, so step 4 is take part B, which has 2 pins that fit into matching holes in the engine casing. Okay, now part B is this little teeny tiny one right here. Okay, where did I put my tweezers? And yes, I know the camera's moving while I do that. Oh, where's my tweezers? Where's my tweezers? Okay, I got the, I don't have my locking tweezers, or my nice hobby tweezers right here. I was just using these so I could get this part out of the plastic clam here. Yeah, so even though it tells us to use the whole imaging there on the next page, it actually shows right where it goes. So this tiny little piece right here goes into these 2 holes here. So, okay. So step 5 is actually press part B into place and continue until you have fitted all 7 details overleaf. Okay. So yeah, none of these pieces are going to be glued in unless for some strange reason yours fit loose. So other than that, I would probably not glue them. So, alright, so they show you where the first 2 go in the actual steps. So the next ones you have to use the page after this. Okay, so C. Okay, which I'm guessing this is C right here. That piece. And that goes in right here, if I'm looking at the instructions properly. It's right there. Okay. Okay. Okay, so part D goes right up into these two upper holes right here. Okay, so that... Okay, so that's going to be this piece right here, because this is the only one with the two pegs. Okay, so that is going in just like this right here. Okay. Alright. Alright, so it does take a tiny little bit of force in order to get these in here, but that's what it looks like there. Alrighty, so E. Alright, is this one right here. And that takes up, yep, these last three peg holes right here. If I can get them lined up properly. Alright, that one is right there. Okay, that one right there. Okay, and that one. Okay. Ooh. Okay. Apparently I had one pop out right here. Alright, this one doesn't seem to want to go in all the way. Oh, there we go. There we go. Okay, that's in all the way now. Alright, so that's what it's looking like so far. Okay, and then we got F and G that are left, and F goes on this top one. It has 4. So you want the piece with the 4 peg holes right there, or 4 pegs for the 4 peg holes right up on the top here. Just like that. Ooh, got a little bit of a burr right there. So just very quickly take off that little piece of the sprue. There we go. Didn't really have to take off much. Okay, so last one. There we go for G. Alright, make sure it's lined up. Okay. That's the first one. Second and third. Right there. Alright. And that is done. Looks very, very cool. Alrighty, and we only have the one piece left here in that clamshell, so we're not going to need the clamshell anymore. Okay, so sorry about that, knocking the camera again. Pretty much as always. Okay, assembling the engine. You can now put together the lighting system that makes the engine glow. and assemble all the internals from stages 11 and 12. Okay, so step 1, take the sub-assemblies from stage 11 and 12 together with all the parts provided this time. Okay, so we don't need that casing yet. So picture has that. It has that. Okay, the other half of this. So we just need all this stuff right here. And including this, which I will open this right now. This is the clear lens. So, get that out. Alright. Okay, so step 2 is fit the 4 pins on the thrust diffuser into the holes in the lens. One pin is smaller than the others, so it only fits this way round. Okay. One pin is smaller than the others. Okay, so as you can see, that is the smallest hole compared to the other 3 holes. And it's the same way right here. So we just take it, line everything up. Okay, step 3 is press the parts together firmly until they fit flush. Like this. Right there. Okay, step 4 is align the assembly with the thrust nozzle, matching up the notch in the lens with the internal rib on the nozzle. Okay, yeah, see, there's the rib. There's that. And step 5, fit the lens in place. Okay, so I had it lined up, and as it's going down, it kind of like gets off of that little rib right there. Come on. Okay, come on, come on, come on. Stay in that spot. Why doesn't it want to stay in that flippin' spot? It doesn't want to seem to go down all the way either. You gotta be kidding me. Alright. Okay, so we're good there. Okay, and this pushes down over some posts in here. So, and press it in as far as possible. Okay, and it's now on those posts, as you can see. So apparently, even though you have it on line all this spot up, it still apparently has an issue where it doesn't want to actually seat properly. But as you can see, it's in there now, and it is over those posts down at the bottom. So, alright, so now step 6, step 7 is uncoil the lead attached to the LED. Okay. I like trying to make sure that it's get it straight as possible. Okay, so step 8 is fit the tip of the LED into the hole in the reflector. Okay, so just like that. And yes, this should reflect, so all the light should be coming out through here, so you hopefully shouldn't have any light bleed from the back part of this. Okay, step 9, making sure it comes through on the other side. Yeah, so we can see that it's through on the other side right there. So, okay, so step 10 is carefully bend the wire down to follow the curve of the reflector on the side opposite the arrowed notch. Huh? Okay, so it's gotta bend down this way. Don't like that, having to bend wires on LEDs like that. Maybe they should have already pre-bent them. Okay, so there we go. Okay, so step 11, fit the plug through this hole in the assembly from stage 12. Okay, so we fit the plug through that hole there. Okay, and step 12 is pulling the lead through inside the engine detail towards the second hole indicated by the arrow. Alright, so I don't know how much extra or how far in I have to pull this, but I guess we'll find out. Okay, so step 13 is fit the plug down through the hole from step 12. Okay, so now we put that through there. That. Still don't know how much of this I'm going to need. Oh, I guess it goes right here. Okay. Eventually goes right there. And that might or might not still be in the way right there. I guess we'll find out. Okay. So feed the wire through until the reflector is in this position. Essentially right there, I guess. Okay. Okay, step 15, fit the plug through the hole in the engine casing you finished off on page 10. Okay, so now we take this plug and we put it through that hole. Okay. Alright. So step 16. Being careful not to trap the wire, line up the two mounting posts on the engine detail with the pins on the casing. Okay. Yep. Okay, and press the detail into place. And wire does not seem to be trapped. Okay. Alright, and fit the curved end of the okay, sorry, step 18. That was step 18. Fit the curved end of the reflector into this slot in the casing. The end with the arrowed notch should be at the top. Okay. So, slide it right here. I think that's in all the way. That, okay. Sorry about that. Step 19, and press the reflector firmly into place. Okay, so we got step 19. Okay, so step 20. Line up the two halves of the engine. Okay, 21, and fit them together, making sure that the reflector goes into the slot in the upper engine casing. Okay. Okay. Step 22. Align the thrust nozzle with the engine assembly, making sure that the arrow, notch, and rib line up. Okay, so this right here. Alright, and then press the thrust nozzle all the way onto the engine. Okay. So, that. Okay. And step 24 is fit the locking collar over the other end of the engine with its tapered end outwards. Alright, so this way, you can see the taper. Okay, and step 25 is press the collar firmly into place. Okay. Alright, it seems like it's seated all the way around. So now that's going to be held together very, very nicely. Okay. And step 26 is take the battery box you used to test R2-D2 and plug in the lead from the engine LED. Okay, let's... Do I have the... No, apparently I don't. Okay. Where did I put that battery box? Oh, it's right here. No, that's not it. Oh, jeez. Oh, did I not put that in here? Oh, no, it is in here. Okay, got it right here. Okay, so we know that we don't actually have to push this all the way down in there and have it lock into place. Oh, it almost looks like a almost looks like a lightsaber in a way, or a red flashlight. That is cool. Ah, burning my eyes. Ah, burning my eyes. That looks very, very cool. It's got like a bright right there, and then you kind of see like a coalescing like light blue right around the outside. That's very cool. Very, very cool. Okay, so there we got that. And step 27, the internal LED should come on, filling the diffuser with a red glow. Yes, and it looks freaking awesome. Alrighty. So, that completes this stage. Do not leave the engine connected to the battery box. Okay, yeah, kind of a common sense thing. but I'm sure they probably figured out some people would probably do that. Alrighty, so that completes this week's issue. So we finished an engine, and I kind of did look ahead on the other magazines for this month, and we are going to be working more on the wing and installing the engine and doing some of the work for that. So alrighty, so until the next build your own Star Wars X-Wing, or the next build your own Star Wars R2-D2, or the next Transformers video, thanks for watching.